I was just reading about our oldest scientists that we have record on paper, yes. But they clearly state that everything they are talking about is not original to them. This knowledge, this information, this science has been passed from mouth to mouth because a long time ago that's how science, art, knowledge was passed, was through the symposiums. Often philosophers, scientists, metaphysicians, they had to learn a language which would take years in order to assist the symposiums to, or even take part in these debates. And that's how wisdom, knowledge, information was passed on. A lot of people would pay good money for this information. People who couldn't, spend most of their lives learning, they were busy, I don't know, doing something else. If they had the money, they could buy what they called a wizard, a magician. They could, or rent a magician. That's the appellation often these scientists, had. They were magicians. And so I was reading about them, these scientists, and pretty much everybody talks about the same thing, that the world, uh, is quite simple. Everything seeks harmony, everything seeks balance, and simplicity is the divine, the divine God. Everything is simple, rather simple to understand. And anyone that seeks disharmony or unbalance, anyone that seeks toxicity or excess, they are doing the opposite. They are understanding the world in the opposite. That's the world of the stupid, basically. They see the world upside down and backwards. And this, appellation started being given to these people. They were evil. They were of the devil because they saw everything backwards and upside down. And that would create the end of a civilization, for instance. That would create a lot of pain and misery, right? If one seeks harmony, balance, vitality, if one seeks those things, because that's what natura naturans is, pressure mediation, it is constantly seeking balance, simplicity, yeah. It's constantly seeking the good, which doesn't take any effort. It doesn't take any effort, it doesn't take any fuel to go there. It's simple, it's straightforward. That's why it's eternal, it's universal, it's immortal, because it doesn't take any fuel to get there, to go there, to seek this simplicity, this balance. It doesn't take any effort. The other way, if you or it seeks excess or what's the expression? Disharmony or there's a word I can't remember right now. If it seeks that, then it's burning something. Then it's burning something. So to seek disharmony, for instance, you would seed trouble in people's minds. You would seek evil, misinformation. Yeah, you would seed superstitions, doubt. You would seed things that rattle your emotions, things that cause you to be addicted. And those things would make you ruminate, make you angry, and those are the fuel yes, of the unbalance, the fuel of the toxicity, the fuel, you know, that causes stress, anxieties, ruminations, doubts, you know, that's the fuel that evil feeds upon. And it requires um, a constant rapid rekindling, you know, it kind of requires. So these types of the devil, they will use all means at their disposal to seed doubt and discord and toxicity into the world. They do not seek balance or vitality. They do not seek harmony. They are anti-Christ. They are anti-God. You know, they see things divided. They see things divided and in contradiction. They see things backwards and upside down. We call them the stupid. And these are the types who are the nexus of the destruction of civilizations. So, for instance, if there's someone sick, someone that is unease, someone that is not balanced, someone that is toxic, you would try to fix them, help them regain vitality, regain balance. So you would help them, you know, maybe change the environment and give them good food, clear, you know, sparkling water, get them out of toxic places or toxic environments. But instead, they do the opposite. They feed you chemicals that are highly toxic. You know, it's the opposite. Because in their stupidity, they think still, they still think that there's these evil spirits. The way to fight them is with other spirits. So the so-called medicine is toxic because what? It is in their masochistic worldview possessed or embodied by an evil spirit. And once they give you that evil spirit, the two spirits will fight each other off. That's their way they think. You know. So most medicine is toxic. Most things that you see in the shelves are toxic. And they cause addiction, excess, because that's how they see the world, you know. Modern scientists are not scientists or not philosophers at all. They are all in a cult, in a heathenistic cult, in a cult that is obsessed with gooning and Epicureanists. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. They are a cult of Epicureanists and hedonists, and they love excess, you know, and they don't seek harmony or balance or vitality or simplicity, you know. I was listening the other day this idea that the jinn was actually microscopic materialistic things, i.e. Bacteria or viruses, was invented by some guy in the Middle East. Again, the superstition that these microscopic demons, you know, are the cause of disease. It's not a materialistic thing, you know, it's not. Because they only think in materialistic aspects. Yeah, it's a mixture of you know, beliefs, superstitions. The devil is in the details, right? I quite hear this quote often. The devil is in the details. The world really went, you know, to a bad place when they invented the microscope and the telescope. That really just confirmed their superstitions. When they started seeing those microscopic things, that's when they went crazy. And what these objects are doing is just validating their superstitions, validating their worldview. But this is highly subjective, you know, it's highly subjective. It's like reading certain books that are metaphorically, books written in analogy, in metaphor, etc. Depending on the area that you are, depending on your culture and influences, you might have a different interpretation. And that's the same thing with the microscope. It's highly subjective. Anyway, I don't know if I made any sense or were my analogies fair. So I'm going to shut up now. Have a nice day.